fact, my sister had called me 2 times. I didn't pick. She called me on WhatsApp call. I didn't pick. And then she tried to call my international number. I still did not pick. Then she called my husband on WhatsApp call. My husband did not pick. And she called my husband on his international number. My husband picked. And she told my sister that my mother was kidnapped. Kidnapped? How? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Modesta, a Nigerian vlogger living in Luxembourg. If you're coming across my channel today, if this is your first time visiting my channel, hi, you're highly welcome. Stick around with us, subscribe to the channel and join the family, okay? You guys, this is a very emotional video for me, and for the longest time I've been trying to film this video. I have not gotten that courage yet, but I said, okay, you know what, let me just let it out of my heart, because I really want to film this video. But each time I even think about making a video about this particular thing I want to talk now, I feel so emotional and I start crying. Okay, thinking of it alone makes me to cry. Okay, have someone done courage to do it, and I'll do it, and I'll try my best so much in this video to hold myself not to cry. But if you see me crying, or if you watch this video and see me crying, please, I'm not crying because things went wrong. I'm crying because my mother was given a second chance to live. So it's, will I say tears of joy, but I'm just being grateful to God, because it is not easy. Many went, saw, and they did not conquer. They did not come back. Okay, this was how everything started. I'll really try not to be emotional. So you guys, we left Nigeria in January, ending of January. So it was less than 24 hours we left Nigeria. My sister had her baby, and my mother was kidnapped in less than 24 hours. Like, we just got into Luxembourg around 3 p.m. and the next day, we arrived Luxembourg Friday. So the next day being Saturday, by 2 p.m, my mother posted on our WhatsApp group that my sister has given birth. So it was like, wow, you know, a scene of joy. We were so joy. Everybody, we were screaming, we were so excited. In addition to the family, latest addiction to the family, we were so happy. I was like, oh, I've not even finished unpacking my things. I already called my mom. I really wanted to speak with my sister, and you know, it took just few hours for everything to turn around, and then our joy turned to sadness. Everything just changed immediately. My sister had given birth, and my mother went home to, you know, make food for her daughter for her to eat. So yeah, she went home to make food for her daughter to eat. I called my sister's mother-in-law to come to the hospital. She came. She was with my sister. She gave her the thing for the drugs to go and buy. She said, okay, she's waiting for my sister's husband, and I guess my sister's husband was quite busy. He was really busy, so he didn't come. So the mother-in-law didn't buy the drugs, the prescription. My mother went home, made food for my sister, came back to the hospital. Oh my, this woman really suffered. You guys, when we were in Nigeria, my mother was everywhere for us. I don't want to deviate. Let me just continue. So she had just settled us, you know, saw us. All the things, you know, you guys know that I went to Nigeria with my 2 kids, and I can't do the market runs myself. So my mother will actually go to the market in the morning. When she goes to the market to buy things that we are traveling back with, she will come back, dump them, and then she will prepare and go to work. And when she comes back, she starts, you know, taking care of the home. And you can imagine the stress that woman went through. And it was not just it was not even up to 24 hours. My sister was in the hospital. She was there with my sister. My sister had her baby, and she started juggling again. So she left that prescription for my sister's mother-in-law for them to, you know, take care of while she go home and cook for my sister. So she had gone home, she made the food, she came back to the hospital and asked my sister's mother-in-law of that drug she asked them to buy. She didn't buy it. And my mother said, why? What happened? And she said she's waiting for her son. And then, okay, the son, Kwano, that they are waiting for, was busy and didn't come to the hospital at the time. So my mom said, okay, you know what, it is getting late. Let her go and buy the drugs. At that time, it was around 9 p.m. So she left the hospital with my sister's mother-in-law. She dropped her off and then she went to the pharmacy to buy the drugs. That was where the whole thing started. She has gone to the pharmacy to buy the drugs. She entered the pharmacy, she bought the drugs. She didn't know that there is this vehicle trailing her, she didn't know. So she parked, and those people parked across and came down, stood around her car. So when she was coming out from the pharmacy, they surrounded her and asked her to surrender. They were with live ammunitions. They had guns on them, and my mother had nothing on her, and she was alone. Nobody. She tried to I can't join you, so they pushed her into their own vehicle. They left her car there and then called my brother. My brother was the first person that they called and told my brother that my mother has been abducted. That was the word they used. And my brother was, he was kind of confused because it wasn't real. To him, he said he doesn't even understand what they are saying. So he went to my father and gave my father the phone, and my father talked to those people and they told my father that mommy, that he should go and carry my mother's car, that she has been kidnapped. She was there with them, she went with them. My mother told my father that she has been kidnapped, that he should go and carry the car. To her, they will kill her because they did not blindfold her. Yes, they did not blindfold her. They just drove her, to the place. And around 11 p.m., we just came back like yesterday. We left Nigeria yesterday. We got into Luxembourg. And in less than 24 hours, everything is happening. To me, it was like a joke. It was like a joke. I had, you guys know that 8 p.m. is actually my kid's bedtime. And I was even deep asleep. Around 11 p.m., my husband came to call me that. In fact, my sister had called me 2 times. I didn't pick. She called me on WhatsApp call. I didn't pick. And then she tried to call my international number. I still did not pick. Then she called my husband on WhatsApp call. My husband did not pick. And she called my husband on his international number. My husband picked. And she told my sister that my mother was kidnapped. Kidnapped? How? Like how? So, I was sleeping around 11 p.m. Then my husband came to wake me up that mommy was kidnapped. And sleep went up from my eyes. I don't even know what is sleep again. Sleep went up from my eyes. Sleep went up from my eyes. Mommy kidnapped. How? I had goosebumps at the spot. I had goosebumps. I didn't even know what to do. I don't even know who to call at that hour of the night. I tried to talk to my sisters. I called my sister. I just wanted to be, I don't want to sleep again. I tried to keep it to myself. I didn't want to tell anybody. I felt like, okay, you don't need to say something that we can handle. Let's talk to these people. Keep it private. Don't tell people. For 2 days, for that day, that day, I didn't talk to anybody. The next day, I called a friend of mine and she was like, what are you doing? Have you told anyone? I said, no. My mother stayed with them, and immediately my mother got in, they started withdrawing from my mom's bank. That they used her phone to make withdrawals, and my sister worked in the bank that my mom has account with. Immediately she called, because she worked in the head office, and she called the bank immediately, and my mom's account was blocked. These people now faced my mother. They wanted to beat my mother, kill my mother. My mother was like, she can't be here now. I know what is going on. She was trying to talk to them calmly, that they should try it. Maybe they are the ones with her phone. She doesn't know what is going on with her phone, but my sister blocked her account so that money cannot leave the account again. And the next thing, they changed it for my mother. According to my mother, she said they almost killed her that night, that we wouldn't have even blocked the account if it is the money, that they should take the money, you know. And they started being too hard on her. And you guys, my mother has underlying health issues. Yes, she has underlying health issues. And to think, by the time she left the kidnappers, then her health issues became worse, because she did not eat food. She spent 2 days with them and she did not eat food. The only time she ate was once, and after she left there, she even had ulcer, because that day my sister gave birth, my mother did not eat anything. Someone that her daughter just gave birth, she's running around to make sure that the baby is fine. The baby and the mother will be fine before she will now sit down to eat. Then they kidnapped her, and for 2 days they did not give her anything. I couldn't even call them because my sister tried to call. One of my sisters tried to call, and they told her that if she calls this number again, that she will not like what will happen. So with the fear of not letting anything happen to mommy or anything, we all stopped calling. And after some time, they called my father and said that they need to talk business, and they demanded for a ransom of 10 million naira. You guys, where are we going to get 10 million naira from? I don't know. So my father was like, 10 million naira, it is too much. And my father was trying to, like, you know, beat price with these people. They refused. They insisted on 10 million. They insisted, and later, after some time, they will call my father. You know, at some point I told my father, see, if these people don't want to bring down this money, okay, instead look for, even if it is to come online and beg, okay, instead just let it be that mommy is alive, because mommy has really suffered for us. And with the things going on in Nigeria recently, they will kidnap you, your people don't even know where you are, the next thing you're dead, the next thing they will sell your parts. I started telling my father, so many things have been seen on social media. Of course, he was saying, God forbid, God forbid. But you guys, where my mother was staying, the room my mother was staying, she had 3 men that are constantly at the edge of that room, this edge, that edge, and that edge with gun, you know, they were constantly there with gun, you know. I'm not saying that they are protecting her, no, they are not, because how would you be protecting somebody with gun? And then, but the thing is, they didn't tie my mom's eyes. According to her, she said she saw all their faces, but in her mind, she said that these people would never set her free, because they will believe that once she, you know, goes out and identifies them anytime, any day, that yeah. So her belief was that they will kill her, because they didn't blindfold her. So after everything, she was there, and later she asked them if she can pray for them, and they said yes, that she can pray for them. And she prayed for them and told them that she understands that Nigeria is very hard, and she has children like them who are still looking for jobs, kids that they've gone to school but no job, and she was trying to, like, tell them that they will marry good wives. You know, she was preaching to them, she prayed for them. They accepted the prayer, she prayed for them, and they are like, okay, that they will not harm her. They kept calling my father. These kidnappers refused us from speaking to my mother, or, you know, seeing her on a video call, until they reached a conclusion, and we paid. Yes, we paid. Look, they will tell you in Nigeria, if they kidnap your person, don't pay, report to the police, will not do anything. Even the police you are going to report to want to make money off you, okay? They want to make money off you. So the police will not do anything. We coughed out money to pay. We paid that money, okay? Finally, I chatted some people up on my WhatsApp, some of my friends, yeah, and, you know, some came to my rescue, like, anyhow. And but the main thing is that we paid the money for my mother to be alive. We paid the money. They refused us from seeing my mom on a video call. My father never saw my mother. My mother never talked to my father on the phone, but we just paid. Like, we know that sometimes people pay, and at the end of the day, they kill their person. There are people who pay even as much as 5 million, 20 million, 10 million, and at the end of the day, they still kill their persons. So my mother said, according to her, she was just there praying, believing on God, you know, believing on God. And you guys, my mother has really suffered. She has not even enjoyed as much as she should enjoy. My mother has suffered. I could not sleep. I just look at my mother's picture and I start crying in the night, because what you never believe that these things can happen to you until they actually happen. You can never. I traveled to Nigeria in December. I never made my content, like I never uploaded any content that I'm in Nigeria. If I was uploading content that I'm in Nigeria, okay, you can say that, okay, I drew people to know that I'm in Nigeria. I was in Nigeria since November till January, but I started uploading my content, my travel vlogs and everything in February. Okay, so I don't know. I just wake up in the night and I am just thinking about my mother. She is alive. I know she's not. I just imagine people that lost their parents, how they feel. I felt that my mother is not gone. She was not, just that she was kidnapped, but we don't know her fate. For people, they kidnap, and at the end of the day, you don't see your mom come back. I wake up every night and I cry. I feed on cry. Like, I cry. I was in Nigeria. My children never knew what it means to be in a public transport. Whenever we are in a public transport, it was a ride. Okay, we pay. Okay, my parents would rather come and pick us from where we stay, bring us to the family house. That's my father's house. And then in the evening, they will go and drop us, unless we have activities outside that. But they enjoyed, driving us. It was really stressful on them, but they did it as grandparents, and they enjoyed it. My mother, she has been there. She trained how many people in school. I still have my kid brothers in school, and they're still training them. And this woman has not even enjoyed the fruit of her labor. Then these people kidnapped my mother. I don't know. I said I'm not going to cry. You guys, I'm not going to cry. I will not cry. I will not cry. I will not cry. I will not cry. But the good thing is that my mother came out alive. My mother came back alive. This is really very emotional. But so you guys, when they released my mom, I was so excited, and I called my mother, and the first thing she told me is, Chichi, God gave me a second life. And God gave me a second chance to live, and that made me, I started crying immediately on the spot, and I just dropped the call on her. And just because I don't want to cry. I don't want her to know that I have been crying. Like, I felt I could not eat. I could not eat. No, I could not. So, and at the end of the day, she's back to us, and glory be to God. Of course, God gave her a second chance to live. I said I'll hold myself. I'm trying so much, okay? And at the end of the day, she's back to us, and we're just really grateful. Like, the only sin or the only offense my mother committed is that she is a Nigerian and she is a grandmother. That is how her blessing turned to what I don't know. It is not a cause, but my mother's only offense is that she's a Nigerian. Because where in the world would your daughter give birth and you're trying to run around for your daughter in the hospital? You went to buy drugs for your daughter in the hospital, and then your life too was at stake. Your daughter is there. Nobody, my sister was in the hospital. Nobody to stay with her in the hospital, because as at that time, all of us, we had all gone back to base. We had all gone back to base. Nobody was with her in the hospital. She was in the hospital alone. And the hospital in Nigeria is not like the hospital abroad, where you are alone and the doctors and the nurses are always at your beck and call. The nurses are always eager to help. You call in and you see them rush to you. A nurse in Nigeria would rather chew gum than come and attend to you. But you guys, I just wanted to share these, and you don't know what my family passed through. No, you don't. maybe I am saying it and it looks like okay, it's very easy to say. When these things happen, actually, when these things happen, and you recover from them, you actually do recover from them. But when you remember them, you still go back to how everything happened, how the brightness turned to darkness, and you're like, God, you're crying, you're so emotional, but with time you get over it. Okay, I just thank God that my mom is out. Okay, fine, she's out, we paid. And but the only thing is that now her health issues became tripled. Her health issues became tripled because literally she starved for 2 days. She starved for 2 days without food. Without food. Yes, they later gave her achi soup, which we really don't eat achi in my house. And achi is not my mom's soup, but she said she ate it before they would harm her or something. How can Anyways, I'm going to end this video here, and I'll get to see you guys in my next video. Please, if you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel, share this video, do all of those good stuff, and I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe.